Today I'm going to be playing a grand campaign as one of my favorite nations in EU4 Florence. My goals for this campaign are to form Tuscany and Italy and conquer the Valencia, Genoa, Venice, Ragusa, and Tunis trade nodes. You might be wondering, why such little conquest for a grand campaign? Well, because this is going to be a super tall campaign. Because we're going to be conquering so little, we're going to be focusing on developing these provinces optimally based on their location, trade good, and terrain type, and constructing the right buildings at the right time in the right provinces, so even though we own so little land, we'll still be the most powerful nation in the world. So, without further ado, let's jump into episode 1 of this grand campaign as Florence in EU4. Hey everyone, before this video begins, I just want to let you guys know that this Wednesday, February 19th, the finale of Season 2 of EU4 Parabellum will be live on YouTube and on Twitch at 6 p.m. Central European Time / 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It has been 5 hard weeks for our contestants, and I don't want to spoil who's in the final or who's in the playoff match if you guys haven't seen it yet, but just know that this will be the best EU4 show ever, and if you haven't watched so far, go ahead and catch up because this is not something you want to miss. All links will be in the description and on parabellum.gg. Thank you. Alright, here we are back in another grand campaign, ladies and gentlemen. You guys enjoy these quite a lot, and so do I, and here we are back as one of my top 3 favorite nations in EU4 Florence. The other 2 are Austria and the Mamluks, of course, longtime viewers will already notice. Now, unlike other grand campaigns, man, where I haven't really played a real game as any of those guys, you know, Biz, Prussia, England, France, all of those campaigns that we did, and by the way, check them out if you haven't, they will be linked in the pinned comment. I actually have played 1 or 2 real games as Florence in my time that I've been making videos, so I am quite, you know, well versed in playing Florence. Of course, as one of my favorite nations, I have to be. But yeah, here we are as Florence, man, one of the best playing tall nations in the game. We start off as an Italian signoria right here, plus 15% national tax and plus 10% max absolutism. Of course, we, you know, term duration is 12 years. We can re-elect ruling families, and Tuscan ideas are some of the best playing tall ones in the game. Starting off with minus 10% dev discount and plus 2 yearly papal influence, which is excellent for staying Catholic the entire campaign, which is what we're gonna do. Finishing off with a plus 5% discipline. In the meantime, we have a 5% tech and idea discount, Merc maintenance, interest per annum, prestige, trade efficiency, production efficiency, and plus 25% national manpower. And of course, the Florentine missions right here are absolutely amazing for playing tall as well. Now, our strategy is going to be, of course, in this first part of this grand campaign, this first video, to establish ourselves in northern Italy, southern Italy, if we can, get to the point where we can form Tuscany, maybe admin tech 10, maybe a little earlier or a little later. And if we can, try and nab some provinces from Aragon over here to release Valencia and Catalonia from, maybe some provinces over here to release someone like Dalmatia or Serbia if they stop existing. And these are basically the trade nodes we're going to be going for: Valencia, Genoa, Venice, Ragusa, and Tunis. So we're going to become, you know, the center of the Mediterranean Empire, dev all of those provinces optimally, get super cheap advisors, farm monarch points the entire campaign, and whatnot. But yeah, let's go ahead and get started by doing the estate setup, man, getting everything started, and seeing if we can actually start this campaign optimally as well by fighting Siena, because Siena is the first nation you want to fight, because that will give you the ability to spy on Naples, and we might be able to catch Naples when Aragon lets them go. Obviously, if we have no luck fighting Siena first, we're just gonna have to go somewhere else and deal with Naples later. But let's get this party started. Alright, estate stuff done. I've also bought indulgence for my sins, so I can hopefully get the Pope to like me, because he's hostile right now. I do want to have friendly relations with the Pope. Half cost level 2 inflation reduction guy hired, trade efficiency guy hired, so we can try and fish for radical reforms for 200 admin and diplo points. Discipline guy hired as well. And now we need to be making 12 diplo points per month and have no loans to unlock this mission, which is something I forgot to do. So let's focus on that, and we'll also focus on paying off these loans that I didn't need to get. I knew there was a mission like that, I just forgot it was that one. At this point, I also want to improve relations with Austria. Oh great, they're hostile too. Come on, man, this is not a lucky start at all, boys. Like, Austria and the Pope are the allies you want to get, man, and Milan too. It might be worth restarting at this point, honestly, but nah, forget about it. Okay, so no allies just yet, I guess. Let's start spying on Siena immediately. And in fact, I'm gonna tell nothing. Yeah, this guy to collect from here, and we're gonna establish communities, and let's start improving with the Pope first. Yeah, that's pretty much it, man. Force limit right here is 11. I'm gonna leave these guys alone, and we're just gonna hire the Free Company once we're ready to start our wars. It's tough to fight Siena first, but sometimes it is possible. Okay, I have allied the Pope, and Austria has unrivaled me. That's good. We might be able to get these guys, man. All right, alliance with Austria secured as well, and I did spy on Siena, but unfortunately, Aragon did let Naples go super early right here, which kinda sucks. Siena's allies are Provence and Savoy, and with the Pope's help, we can beat them up, but with this happening so early, man, they can get like a strong ally or something. So if they do get a strong ally, I won't go for Siena first. We'll just have to pivot to like Lucca, who's allied to Aragon. Well, Bologna at least, who's allied to the Pope. Jesus, man, this is not a good start with alliances at all, boys. Such an unlucky start, man. Oh well, we'll just have to work for it, boys. No big deal. Now, a good thing here is, as an Italian nation, we can ally both France and Austria, so I guess I'm gonna work to ally France as well. All right, paid off that loan. There's the first mission: personal diplomacy, improve relations, and relations. There we go. Nice. Allied with 2 countries in Italy. Right. There we go. A quick alliance with Saluzzo just to take this mission, and that's how you get these claims. That's right, man. Sorry, I'm a little rusty. Okay, I've got favors with the Pope. I can deck on Siena. An unfortunate thing here is, they're allied to Provence, and Provence is a nation you want to go for early because obviously France breaks that alliance, and I'll have a truce with them. So if we're lucky here, we go Siena, Naples, Provence, right? Naples has only allied Ragusa, which is actually not bad at all. That'll be a way to maybe annex Ragusa without fighting the Ottomans super early on and establish ourselves in the Ragusa trade node as well. But yeah, without further ado, man, let's get started with our first war versus Siena. Let's call in the Pope. This will be slightly annoying, especially with Savoy's and Provence's subjects involved, but we'll try and white piece them as fast as possible. Let's get it. Okay, war here is done. Wasn't as bad as I thought it'd be, especially after I picked up Miltech 4. We're at 4 in all categories, and I did get radical reforms during this war, which is very nice. The Renaissance also spawned. I didn't spawn it, which you do have a pretty high chance to spawn it as Florence, but no big deal. We'll be conquering Lucca, so we'll have the birthplace. And there's our tier 2 government reform time as well. Let's take that before we peace out. All of these are honestly pretty good ones right here. This one is good for making money, you know, for the plus 5% goods produced. This one is good for the manpower. This one we don't need. So honestly, I'd go with one of these 3. Let's pick up, I think, the Republicanism one, man. There we go, for Republican tradition. There's our war with Siena done. We'll piece them out and take all of their money. And yeah, pretty high AE, man. The province is super devved up, but it is what it is. Okay, let's actually reduce war exhaustion, core that province up. Naples, I like to Ragusa and Ferrara now. I don't think they'll be picking up stronger allies. There's a claim on Naples as well. So now after our first war over here is done, you know, realistically, the only nations you should fight is like Bologna, since they're not in the HRE, or Naples. For these other guys, we'll wait them to leave the HRE and maybe even do Provence if we can take them, man. Let's see how it develops, though. We have 2 opportunities, realistically, Naples and Provence. And there's actually an alliance with France, too. Unfortunately, Cosimo died super early. I do got his relative right here, Innocencio. He is a 6-6, but a 0 over here, which, you know, it's all right. It's all right. I took him. Burgundy declared on Provence. That's actually good for me, man, because they'll severely weaken Provence by taking out provinces up here, and some of their allies might not be willing to help them. So I'm spying on Provence. Maybe they could be our second war as soon as our truce is up. We'll see. Yeah, but now that the Renaissance has spawned, man, not that you need the dev, Florence, but we're still gonna do it just to get it up to 30 dev. Normally, I'd push up mill right here, but since we're short on mill, I'm actually just gonna go ahead and expand infrastructure once right here and bump it up twice in production. There we go, it's at 30. Aside from that, though, France won the main war. Castile and Aragon are allied in the early game, which doesn't work well for us, and the Ottomans, without having gone for biz, are actually going for Albania and Venice. Embrace the Renaissance, so there's Florentine Renaissance, an advisor discount, yearly prestige, and you guys have no idea how cheap advisors we can get as Florence, man. There's reaffirmed civic values for Stab, and it's also time for our first idea group, and obviously, man, we're gonna be picking a no-brainer here for our first idea group as Florence. It's gonna be innovative ideas. Now, you know, people are sort of divided on innovative, man. You know, the pros are like, they're not optimal, blah, 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 and of course, it's not optimal to open up with an admin idea for your first idea group, but the earlier you get these, the better, man, and it goes so well what we're trying to do this campaign, man. We got innovativeness gain, tech discount, possible advisors, you know, war exhaustion, +1 free policies, even more advisor discounts. So the earlier you get these, the better. And then for the second one, man, it might not be a bad idea to pick up Pluto either. It's got another advisor discount with innovative right here. The unrest and morale is great. A merchant, goods produced, dev discount. So yeah, we have lots of playing tall combos we can go for right here. You know, innovative Pluto, infrastructure as well, trade for sure. But yeah, this is what we're opening up with. Oh, France just decked on Provence too. Now, I'm hoping Burgundy stays in this war till October, so then I can just walk and stand on these 3 provinces and I can deck on them too. But you know, that's just unlucky, man, that they were allied to Siena. It is what it is. Let's see how this works out. Oh my god, now they're just getting ganked, bro. 3 guys have declared on them. Wait, why is Austria involved? In the Burgundian conquest of Verdun? Ah, they are allied. Well, Burgundy pieced out. And France is standing on all 4 of their provinces. They're gonna full annex them. No luck there, boys, either. Our unlucky start continues, man. I guess we'll just do Naples or something. Maybe now, too, while Ferrara isn't willing to join, but Genoa is. Jesus, man. These alliances, yo. Absolutely ass. Hold it right there. If you're watching this grand campaign and you want to see more episodes and you haven't yet subscribed, what are you doing with your life? Come on, man. Hit that subscribe button so you stay notified about when part 2 drops, if you want to see it, of course, and about when other videos drop. Do it. Yeah, there we go. Oh, well. Another unlucky thing is Savoy's allied to France. And they've just decked on Milan. And Milan is like your usual northern Italian ally in the early game, but I wasn't able to get them. They rivaled me. So there you go. You lose, Milan. We're gonna go with either consolidation of power or frequent elections right here. It really doesn't matter if elections are every 11 or 13 years, man. I like this one more because of the re-elections reduce estate influence by 10%. So that's what we're gonna go with. Also, it's time to declare on Naples right here. They are allied to Ragusa, Ferrara, and Genoa. I think I might take Ragusa as well, depending on the aggressive expansion. We'll see, but maybe I should have positioned myself north because I want to piece out Genoa first. It's gonna be an annoying war with all these level 3 forts, man, but frick it. I mean, who else do we go with? Bologna? Actually, that is an option. Lucca isn't, though. Yeah, let's just do Naples. Frick it. Alright, we've pieced out Ferrara and Genoa. Still in this, I just sieged down Naples. We gotta go for Ragusa too. And as you can see, boys, we're already maxing out on points, man. So the development is starting very early. Now, we have 2 options right here. Either a white piece Ragusa now and take these 3 provinces from Naples, which are like 50-ish aggressive expansion, or I can go for only Naples and only Ragusa, which once again puts me at around 50 aggressive expansion. I can't take these 3, which is what I usually get from Naples, and also Ragusa. That's too much. However, the opportunities are too good, man. If I take Ragusa, we can fight Herzegovina and Serbia too, bro. And that would put us in Ragusa like extremely early, man. So I think that's what we do. I think I just take Ragusa and Naples and go hard on Herzegovina and Serbia right here after that. I'm gonna start spying on those guys immediately, man. Okay, there we go. So if we do this, it's 51A. That's exactly what I'm gonna do. And actually, no, I'm not taking money from Naples. Maybe we can get lucky and fight them soon if France or Castile don't PU them. So no money, no war reps, just Naples and Ragusa, man, and just like that, we're done. Now, I want to spy on Herzegovina, and then I'm actually going to release Dalmatia from here because they do have a couple of cores we can reconquer from Venice and 2 from Croatia. If we can ally Hungary and they annex Croatia, we can actually ask for those cores back for free. So let's just core up Naples right here and take this. You know, finally a little luck, I would call this. Okay, Conquest CB on Herzegovina acquired. Let's pick this up as well. Now we can actually continue taking tech. We're still so ahead of time, man. And now I'm gonna go ahead and release Dalmatia, just like that. So we will have a couple of subjects this campaign. Dalmatia is one for sure. We're probably gonna get Catalonia and Valencia too, maybe even Sicily. We'll see. Obviously, we're going to be annexing all of those guys later. But for now, let me actually get unblack flag right here, and we'll declare in Herzegovina. That's right, I'm standing in my subject. I did get unblack flag. Okay, let's declare. No one will help, but we don't need their help. Or wait, do we? We're actually kind of out of manpower here. Luckily, we're good on cash. Maybe I recruit. I can't move the free company there, though, can I? the Morlocks or someone like that. Yeah, this guy's a 6-2. Let's get those. All right, troops are in position. Let's fight these guys. We're expanding in the Ragusa trade node super early, which is not something I normally do, but it's a great opportunity, man. Not only to block off the Ottomans, but also to nab a gold mine if we can. So there's the deck. Nice. Taking quite a while because I only just got access to Wallachia, but we're blazing through our gov reforms. Obviously, for tier 4, we're going lands for the church, staying Catholic the entire game. By the way, the Shadow Kingdom did happen about 6 years ago. I just forgot to mention it. I am the only Italian nation that stayed in the HRE. I will continue to stay in the HRE unless Austria loses the emperorship, in which case I'll leave. The only HRE nation we really gotta fight for this challenge is Austria to take these 4 provinces from them, but that'll be like way later, not even in this episode, I don't think. Alrighty, war with Herzegovina is done. We're gonna full annex them and take all of their money. Now we can claim province in Serbia as well. They are now allied to Byzantium, who is still alive in Cephalonia, actually. And I know what some of you are thinking, oh my god, you gotta get Biz, you gotta vassalize them over here so you can reconquer all of their cores later. But boys, where's the fun in that? Where's the fun in that? You know, I know I said we're playing optimally, but that's only dev and construction and tall-wise. And even if I do get Biz and reconquer these cores right here, they're a sucky subject, aren't they? Well, honestly, you know what? I'm gonna get them. I actually am gonna get them. Let's reduce war exhaustion, core these provinces up, and we're immediately gonna declare on Serbia here. Oh, Biz won't even help them. 12 ducats in debt? Maybe I can fix that by sending them a gift. I can't send them a gift, no. Now, interestingly, the bonfire of vanities disaster has started ticking right here, which I've said a couple of videos ago. We're no longer cheesing the game to avoid disasters like this. We're gonna lean into them, see what they're all about, you know, experience like historical stuff. So I am gonna let this happen, or I'm not gonna do anything to stop it from happening. Let's just say that. If it stops by itself, then it stops by itself. But yeah, this is a pretty interesting disaster that can fire right here, man. If the Medicis are in charge and if we got less than 80 Republican tradition, basically we can enact the millenarian or millennial theocracy or something like that, gov reform, which is like unique and stuff like that. We're not doing theocracy. We're gonna stay with the signoria, of course, and the disaster isn't all that bad. I will show you, you know, what I do if it does happen. But instead, let's wait for this since it is taking so quickly, 10 each month, and not declare on Serbia. We'll fight them after the disaster plays out. And of course, by not declaring on Serbia, our bad luck this campaign has continued because I've been warned by the Ottomans. What does that mean? That means that everyone that they border that we want to fight, they'll intervene, which means well, actually they won't help Venice, but we can't do Serbia. It is what it is. Well, let's pass that, sure. And there we go, the bonfire of vanities has started. Savonarola rises. This is some cleric guide. The Medici must flee the city, so our current ruler goes into exile, and then Girolamo Savonarola becomes ruler, 553, and we enact the millenarian theocracy gov reform, missionary strength, tolerance of the true faith, max absolutism, republican tradition. As far as I know, this is the only way to get this gov reform, but because of the nature of the disaster, it's kind of hard to make it stick around. I'll show you all the events I get related to it, of course. So basically, this is one of the first events. Savonarola will convince the people this is needed. We lose admin points, he gains followers, and we have a more of a chance leaning towards a theocracy. By the way, you don't stay with this one ever, I think. I think if this guy does end up winning, you become a regular theocracy. So I don't know how exactly you make this one stay, or we'll seize the earthly goods if we must. We lose republican tradition, but it leads us towards restoring the Medici dynasty, which I do want to try and keep in charge the entire game. You know, we're going to be role-playing a little, so even though, you know, it might not be beneficial for us to always take Medicis, I'm going to try to always take Medicis. Obviously, I'm going for this option. Now, this is probably one of the worst events you get during this event. The Pope condemns Savonarola, where basically we go, the Pope is a heretic. We get excommunicated, lose papal influence, and this leads us towards the Medici, or the same thing happens, but it leads us towards the theocracy. Obviously, I'll lead towards the Medicis right here, and we do want to buy indulgence for our sins again, so we stop being excommunicated. Oh, Austria's calling me in versus Baden, sure. And there we go, just like that. This disaster isn't that bad at all. The Medicis come back into power. We become, well, we can become a signoria once again, which I will do, of course. We're role-playing kinda, and the disaster is almost over. Yeah, so that's what you do. Just a couple of events, and you either stick with the theocracy thing, or you stick with the Medicis. Oh, Aragon went Grand Republic, so that means the Iberian wedding won't be happening. It's not too useful because they're allied to Portugal and Castile, so we'll see how we deal with those guys later. Not a focus for now, unfortunately. Now, I have found a really good opportunity right here. We can go ahead and declare on Serbia without the Ottomans getting involved because they're fighting Serbia right now in the conquest of Biz, and even if Serbia gets full annexed here, there's a different opportunity. Hungary guarantees Serbia, which means I can at least get these two provinces back for Dalmatia. So I'm just gonna declare for whatever, knowing I might not be able to take it anyway. But yeah, let's go. Alright, I feel like we've defeated Hungary enough right here, so what I'm gonna do is make them give these two provinces back to Dalmatia and also Belgrade to Serbia, because I'm gonna vassalize Serbia right here and reconquer the rest of all of these cores later on from the Ottomans. So still, a pretty nice opportunity right there. Serbia has an additional core right here, but that is not a province we're going for. Obviously, it's outside of our scope for this campaign. So yeah, that's what I'm doing with Hungary, man, along with war reps and some money. There we go. Peace with Hungary done. Let's go ahead and siege down Serbia. Okay, while we're in this war still, while Austria is sieging Serbia, I've noticed the Pope isn't willing to defend Bologna, which is great. I was currying favors with him to make him break that alliance, but I don't even need to make him break it anymore. In the meantime, we're done with Serbia. Obviously, we're going to directly vassalize them because they can't, you know, annex and then release. Let's force religion on them, too. And there we go. Serbia is our vassal, and now we officially have 2 vassals, and we can give the nobles strong duchies. So 2 more cores to reconquer for Dalmatia, actually 3. And then a bunch more for Serbia that we're gonna do way later, I guess, whenever we fight the Ottomans. Probably not in this episode, though. And we've wrapped it up with Bologna as well. This is gonna be a full annex on them. No real risk of a coalition. Perfect. Yeah, aggressive expansion. Well, actually, with Hungary, Venice, and Naples, it is kind of high, man. I guess we're gonna have to chill a bit, which is no big deal. I'm overdue for construction anyway, and I have been deving quite a lot, boys, especially with dip. Look at all of this, man. We're looking good. We only own so few provinces, but we're at 200 dev, man. Almost as strong as Aragon. In the meantime, there's another mission, hand-picked bureaucrats for some admin points and immaculate government for diplorep and foreign spy detection. Perfect. So Tuscan birthright is conquest, influence the church. We gotta commission the Mona Lisa for that first, which we will do soon enough, I guess. Yeah, this like I guess is one of the hardest ones to do when you know, we gotta be the papal controller. Academy of the Brand is also really nice though for the prestige decay. Austria got Burgundy, which will make the war versus them whenever we do it more fun, I guess. Best part about Florence, you get tech ahead of time with a discount and you gain innovativeness for it, man. 6, by the way. Nice. At 100 innovativeness, minus 10% all power costs is nutty. The Pazzi conspiracy, always, man. So basically there's various events and the disaster we did to actually get rid of the Medicis. The game sort of doesn't want you to, you know, have them as your dynasty unofficially. We can support the Pazzi coup. We lose Stab. The current guy is killed and the Pazzi guy becomes ruler, or we can hang them from the Palazzo, lose Stab, and the estates gain some crown land. Obviously, we're going with this. But the next time we re-elect our ruler or elect a candidate from his family, we won't lose any Republican tradition, which is nice. It's time to pick up our second idea group. Obviously, we can't do another admin one. What I'm thinking about right here is Pluto or trade. Obviously, for what we're going to be doing right here, trade is going to be super beneficial, but we got time to pick it up. Pluto, like I said at the start, has a nice policy with innovative for even more advisor discounts and prestige. The Merc discount will be good in the early game. Unrest and morale is dope. A reform progress is dope. A merchant is dope. Goods produced is dope. Minus 5% dev discount is really helpful. Manpower recovery speed, and then provincial trade power is also really nice. So yeah, we're a republic, man. I'm gonna pick Pluto for our second one. We don't get to do them too often, and I feel like they'll work really well for this campaign. Venice is actually blobbing out real hard in Italy, so I feel like they're gonna be our early/mid-game boss. Now, Tier 5 Gov Reform time, we actually have condottieri contracts right here where Merc companies don't cost any professionalism and even more Merc bonuses, which is really good with this and with this right here, but since this is not going to be a long-term Merc campaign, we're just going to go with something regular. Defensive stance, I think, would actually be really good for a playing tall campaign because, you know, later, once we conquer the borders, we're going to want to fortify ourselves to protect ourselves from foreign powers. So yeah, I think I'm gonna go defensive stance here. Now, we do need to continue our expansion, man, even though AE is a bit high-ish. As we all know, we've been having trouble with Lucca since the start of the game because they were allied with Aragon since the start. But both France and Austria are willing to help out right here, and I feel like this is a great opportunity because we can also make Genoa end their alliance with Naples, which of course will make it easier to fight Naples. I know some of you are thinking get a province or two from Aragon to release some guys, but later I'm gonna fight them directly. I feel like France's help versus them in Castile will be enough, so we'll get to them when we get to them. But for now, it's finally time to you know, confirm our grasp, our firm grasp over the region of Tuscany. So let's go ahead and declare on Lucca. Something also that's really nice about Florence is, man, you get all of these events for historical advisors. Well, they weren't advisors historically, I guess they were like artists and whatnot, but yeah, like the Da Vinci and whatnot, it's usually worth it to get all of them. There we go, everyone's been pieced out, got war reps and money from Genoa and Aragon, and made Genoa break the alliance with Naples, and now Lucca is ours. Perfect! We have all of Tuscany, no mission for that. We need Emilia-Romagna for that as well, but let's score it up. Our, you know, our control over the Genoa trade node is increasing by the moment. We're already making so much money. That's why you don't really worry about the economy when you start the game as Florence at all, man. You'll be making buckets of ducats in no time. So yeah, now as we chill, man, during this time I haven't only been conquering and deving, we have also been doing construction. There we go, you know, marketplaces, I have them in all of the center of trade provinces, churches almost everywhere. We're doing production buildings now in the high value trade good provinces. Those are all the provinces that give you more than 2 ducats, where the price of the trade good is more than 2 ducats, at least for now. So yeah, we're chilling. Maybe it's time to upgrade some centers of trade after this, huh? I think the Ottomans re-warned me. Yeah, I don't think it lasts that long. I've had it for quite a while. Too bad we can't declare on Venice directly, man, because we do have a lot to take from them, and they'll just continue expanding. But oh well. Unless, when I fight Venice versus Naples here, I make Venice, like, give away these provinces so they don't border with the Ottomans. Then we could declare on them later directly. We'll see. That's a wrap on innovativeness, and now we got like minus 25% advisor discount. And you guys have no idea how much we're deving, man. I just keep pouring these Diplo points into all of these provinces. Pretty much in no time, we're gonna have 10 production in every single province we have. Now, I know it's the optimal way, you know, to dev these, for example, in production, dev these in mill. You don't really dev tax, but we're gonna be, you know, we're gonna be deving every way in this campaign. So yeah, this produces grain, not a big deal. We're still bumping it up in production, baby. Okay, we've chilled a little bit. I think it's time to declare on Naples once again. All of the allies will help, which yeah, at least we're gonna get some money from Venice right here. So let's drag in France, Austria, and the Pope. We're gonna declare for Avellino. You know, that's where my family's from. Not really, just the Sopranos reference. I have made it many times, but not a lot of you guys get it, so I feel like I have to point it out. Sick references, bro. I know, thanks. And everyone's just beating Venice's ass. You love to see it. There is actually an opportunity here to get Dalmatia's cores back. I wonder if we piece out Venice for this. It's 25 AE. And then, what do I want to get from Naples, man? I kind of wanted to go for a lot with them, actually. Maybe something like this, but that's 53. So if we do get all of Dalmatia's cores back, which wouldn't be a bad idea, then I'd have to do something like this. I don't mind, but And we even landed on Venice, yo. Shout out my allies. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do, man. Let's make them give all of this back to Dalmatia. I'll get war reps as well. I'll take all their money, and there we go. Venice is out. And now I'm gonna piece out Naples for only those 2 provinces. Let's humiliate them too, since we haven't done it. But the age is coming at a close. Does it really matter? Not really. So let's just get war reps and money. We'll fight them when we fight them. And there we go. That's some more wars done. Aggressive expansion still high with the same guys. Naples, Venice, and Hungary, which is strange because this is the first time I fought Venice. But there's another mission. We've reformed the Monte by having at least 500 ducats. And we gain yearly inflation reduction and reduce inflation cost. I like that. For this, we need to have no inflation. And yeah, pretty much. So yeah, let's score these up. We're chilling. Dalmatia has all its cores back, so we're actually ready to annex them. I didn't think we'd be going that hard outside of Italy in this first episode. I thought we'd mostly focus here, but with this alliance situation, man, basically the Ottoman warning and Savoy being allied to France, which of course I can get rid of, we've slightly, you know, reduced our focus here and increased it here, which is, you know, it's different in every campaign, man. Sometimes I fought here and down here a lot and in Aragon, but I haven't been able to touch anything in the Ragusa trade node when I've done similar goals to this. But we're chilling. I like it. And yeah, let's annex Dalmatia, man. We're swimming in Diplo points either way. Now, while we have guys to fight right here, we're going galley combat, but when we don't have anyone to fight, I'm gonna go merchant navy. Strong Ottomans this campaign. They're already down here. And by the way, this is going to be a non-tolerant campaign, so we are going to be converting the provinces to Catholic, and if there's a province to change the culture of, we'll change it. Something else we also need to look into is fighting Tunis eventually before they ally the Ottomans, which does happen. They're pretty weak. They're only allied to Marrakesh, but do we do it now? Do I have claims bordering claims? I do. It does make sense here to spy on Aragon, for example, for Trapani, and then get a claim on Tunis as well. By the way, we're not going to be trade companying this. This is going to be a core of our country as well. Courthouses, of course, they're going to be down everywhere. So, Savoy and the Ottomans in separate wars fought Genoa, and now they're left only here, allieless. As soon as I build up a spy network on Aragon, I'll spy on them too. And because we're role-playing this campaign, like I said earlier, even if the Medici guys suck over here, we are going to be re-electing them, you know, to sort of simulate, like, the corruption and the nepotism and stuff like that. Like, you know, we're a republic, but not really, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I'll always be re-electing these guys. And look at this, man. We're so tiny, but already making 20 ducats a month. I know a lot of it is from war reps currently, but still. It seems that Genoa has allied Naples, which is not bad. We could reset our truce with them like that. And I was a bit too late. Tunis has allied the Ottomans. Oh, well. I guess we're going to be going for them later. Am I not being warned by the Ottomans anymore? I swear it said till 1500. And I don't think the AI cancels warnings. Unless it takes up a Diplo slot? I don't think it takes up a Diplo slot. Yeah, why am I not being warned anymore? Like, if we want to deck on Hungary, for example. Yeah. Either way, that works for us, man. That means we can fight Venice directly. And I like that a lot. And Dalmatia has been annexed. Cool. See, there it is. Come on, man. That's a wrap on Pluto as well, which means we can take minus 10% advisor discounts from here. And currently, man, just 50 years into the game, this is already very good. Wait, I swear I had 20% from somewhere else. No, that's AE impact. There it is, 36%. Okay, I like that. I like that a lot. Ottomans. Now, we got some good tier 6 gov reform times. We're just going so fast through these, man. Attorney General is really nice for Republican tradition and even cheaper advisors. And we're already above 30% crown land ownership because this does make us not be able to seize. We only gain it from deving and conquering and whatnot. But then again, supremacy is decent as well because calling the Diet no longer increases influence. And elections influence the estates based on who you elect. Also, calling the Diet increases Republican tradition. But yeah, I think I'm gonna go with this, even though it means we can't seize Crownland. We don't need to seize it for a very long time, man, as long as we're above 30, so we're chilling. Frick it, even more cheaper advisors. Yeah, look at this, man. Level 3 admin guy for a ducat 88. Okay, but now we can commission the Mona Lisa because we got one of those guys at least at skill 3, so that gives us a tech and idea discount for 15 years. Maybe we want to save this since we're ahead of time and we're not doing any ideas, but, you know, we'll take it. And there's influence the church as well for prestige. Now we need to control the church. Do we try? Currently, Aragon's the controller. The Pope is 60. Who's invested? The Pope's invested 72. Yeah, let's try investing, man. Let's try investing. And look at this, man. A skill 3, 50% cheaper philosopher. That's a prestige guy. So that's him right there. Actually, he costs about the same with the guy I got right now. But prestige is better than stab. I don't need stab. France is threatening to break the alliance with me, man. Because I'm allied to Austria and now I'm rivaled to Savoy as well. We consider the same 8 provinces to be of vital interest. Oh, Naples. Okay, that's why they want to break it. Okay, yeah, I realized that immediately. Now we should be good? Yes. All right, let's quickly pop over to Genoa, call in the Pope right here. He can peace out Naples just for this one province. Well, that was quick and easy. There's Corsica. Cool. Now, since we've wrapped up all of the easy wars that we can do, man, you know, Naples is pretty much the only guy left once my truce with them is up, and it's only 5 years, so it's not that bad. But Savoy, we gotta make France end that alliance first. Venice, we can't because of the Ottoman warning. Hungary, once again allied to France, so we can't take some additional provinces from them. Aragon could be an option. France is willing to come in right here, but, you know, we got a pretty strong Castile and Aragon this game, so... You know, even if I invade from here, then come back up, it's gonna be a little annoying. So, yeah, I guess we keep pushing for Naples here. You really do want to mainly focus on northern Italy in this type of campaign, but it's just the way this game is set up. So, just bumped all centers of straight up to tier 2, so that's nice. We're maxed out on Diplo here, and we can already culture convert some provinces. Like I said, we are gonna be doing that if we can. Now, I wonder, do we do it to the Italian ones as well? Because... you know, eventually we are going to become an empire and all of these are going to be auto-accepted, so maybe not, or do it even more role-play-y in the fact that we don't convert, for example, the Croatian ones to Tuscan over here, but maybe we convert them to Dalmatian because, you know, if we do a storyline like the Dalmatians already live here, and, you know, once we took this from Croatia, they're the one, from Hungary, sorry, they're the ones that moved in, something like that. I don't know. I feel like that would be a cool way to do it, right? Whereas, you know, maybe we get some Sicilians down here in Tunis later, some Sardinians, some Tuscans, stuff like that. By the way you do that is you actually have to go into the province directly, and there we go. We can choose to change it to Tuscan, which is our main one, obviously, and then you can choose to change it to the one that borders it as well. And in fact, it is cheaper to change it to Dalmatian. Is this the most optimal rather than changing it to our primary one? I guess not, because it is going to be a while before we become an empire. So maybe it's not the most optimal in a playing tall sense, but I do like it in a role-playing sense. So yeah, let's convert these two to Dalmatian, man. Why not? I do like it, and it is a little cheaper. Something that I hope is maybe in EU5 that I wish was in EU4 is the ability to make like an entire culture group a single culture over time. I feel like it should be really expensive and take a really long time, but maybe after, let's say, you form Italy, which is like, I guess, the ultimate Latin cultured nation, you know, Roman Empire aside, and after you gain all of these as accepted cultures, you know, maybe you could converge it all into a single Italian culture or something like that, as opposed to, you know, just converting everything to Tuscan, for example. And maybe, you know, since Francian already exists, all of these become Francian or something like that, you know. I realize it's not even really like that even today, but I feel like it's a cool possibility. You know, Muscovy already has that, you know, merging of all the Slavic ones into like East Slavic or whatnot, so I guess this would be similar. Colonialism has now already spawned. We're absolutely maxing points over here, and we do have quite a few provinces that are super cheap to dev. Lucca with 19 development only costs 31, and if we bump it, we will gain support for colonialism. So, you know, let's develop it, man. Let's create another super powerful province over here. Let's just expand infrastructure. It kind of sucks that we're not really bumping these up in mill that much, but right now I can use mill too. So I'm in fact going to use a few mill points here at the start, and then we're going to continue deving it with admin and dip, and yeah, there we go. There's colonialism. And we've become a great power. Our own dev is 322 as well, so if we leave the HRE, we will become a kingdom. But the thing is, I'm currently staying in because of this. I don't want to have to fight the Emperor when I fight Switzerland for just these two provinces. Well, our truce with Naples is up. They're the easiest nation we can fight, so why not fight them, man? I'm gonna call in France and Austria and the Pope. No, actually not the Pope here. Or wait, no, yes, the Pope, so I control his truce with Naples. War of the League of Cambrai be like... War is done, and I think that's gonna be a full annex on Naples, boys. Now, sure, we can do this and maybe vassalize them so we can reconquer their course from Aragon for cheaper later, but I really don't see a point in doing that because they're gonna be mad, and if I want to do this and then release them, they'll pop out everywhere. So yeah, that's a full annex on Naples, man. Still, Venice and Hungary are the only nations that are mad, and just like that, we've completely wrapped them up, and we've expanded in southern Italy a lot more than I thought we would in this early portion or this first episode, but like I said many times, those were just our opportunities today. And after getting colonialism, there's tech. Hey, good news. Ottomans just decked on Venice. If they take everything down here, that means we will be able to fight them. I did want to make them pop someone out, but there's no one I could make them release from Naxos, even though Naxos has a core right here. I don't think they can do it because it's Greek or something like that, but I could make them pop Biz from these three. Couldn't do anything with this one, so I just decided to not do anything. All right, now I got a lot more provinces to dev, man. Let's see, what are the cheapest ones? Oh yeah, we're gonna be bumping a lot over here, man. I like that. Of course, we can't forget to lower autonomy whenever we can. You know, I know I'm doing this sort of as a guide, but you know, I'm just explaining the nuances of playing tall, ladies and gentlemen. And the Protestant Reformation finally spawned in Utrecht. Of course, this is going to be a very strong Catholic campaign, and we're even going to get involved in the War of the Protestant League and try to help the Catholic side win. Now, I do have 50 favors with France. I was just gonna make them break their alliance with Savoy so we can fight them, but I think we hold off on that because Venice is dying to the Ottomans right here. They're ally-less. My truce with them expires in just about 3 years right here, so I think we hold off, lower aggressive expansion, and then hit Venice once our truce is up. If we can get all of Emilia-Romagna, which is tough because it's so devved, it will be nice so we can fulfill this mission down here. Ooh, there's prospering times. Luckily, we haven't expanded too much, and we were lucky that it spawned in Italy in Molise. So if we click this option right here, we gain 25 Diplo points, a bunch of dev right there, local dev discount, and plus 25% local trade power, which, boys, it's pretty much like creating a level 3 center of trade. So look at this now. If we want to build a marketplace in Molise where it'll spawn, it brings us 0.87 trade power, right? But after we do this, if we take a look at it again, it brings us 14.09, which is absolutely insane. So this will definitely increase our control of the Venice trade now. Right now it's at 19. Let's see what it's at after we build it. The Ottomans have taken everything down here. I am still being warned by them. That really is only valid for Hungary, let's be real. And if I want to hit Venice, Switzerland is their only ally. Perhaps I could even make Switzerland release Milan. Doesn't really matter too much, but yeah, something like that. Now, something else I'm wondering at this point is, you guys know the strategy of once you're big enough, you can vassalize all of those one province miners around you. I'm wondering if we make Venice release like Parma, Mantua, Padua, Verona, Aquileia right here, will those guys wanna become our vassals? Are we big enough for that? So maybe we can check right here. See, the Knights are already willing to accept. I think they're in Malta, which actually might not be a bad idea. Shoot. Yeah, that's a province we need. And Trent and Milhouse and like Salzburg are pretty close to accepting. So I think, man, if we make Venice release all of those guys, we would be able to vassalize them. So yeah, what I'm gonna probably do in the war with Venice as soon as we fight them is take like 1 to 3 of these provinces and make them release Parma, Padua, Verona, and Aquileia. And then they'll be alive in like Treviso, Venice, and these 3 provinces over here, which are Milan cores. Oh wait, no, Mantua has a core on this, so I don't make them release Mantua, because they'll pop out of these 3. Yeah, okay, it's just Parma, Verona, Padua, and Aquileia. Let's see how that develops once we do it. That was easy. There's the Knights, who are in Malta as our vassal. Perfect, man. We acquired a really nice province. Of course, it does have the Malta forts, which gives you, worse score cost versus other religions, most importantly. But yeah, I think by the time we get it up to tier 3, we won't really be needing that. But then again, it could be before we fight the Ottomans in Tunis, who are still allied. But what's this? Who is Aragon fighting? Interesting. Yeah, by the way, building that building did increase our control over Venice a bit. Obviously, it's super small because I have only like 3 provinces there, so we're making about 43 ducats now, boys. You know, since the last time I showed you, we haven't expanded that much, but there has been a lot of construction and deving. Now, it's tier 7 gov reform time. I feel like we go with either provincial governments or admin divisions. We don't really need all that gov cap right now. Of course, we will be needing it after we do this, but, you know, after we get these, we're also going to become a kingdom. I'm building a lot of those buildings, and I guess we could swap to it at any point with 50 reform progress. So I'm just going to go with this right now for state maintenance, because we do gain additional permanent state maintenance, I think, from certain missions or something. Yeah, this one right here. So it'll be super cheap to maintain those states. So yeah, I'm sort of stacking modifiers we already have. That's the way I like to play. But yeah, by this point, Austria has passed 4 reforms, man, so we are getting some nice things for staying in the HRE. Alright, truce with Venice is officially up. Let's go ahead and declare for the conquest of Ravenna. We'll call in... Ooh, France won't come in. That's okay, we'll call in Austria and the Pope. I started building 1 trillion galleys for no reason, and somehow they just crossed. I think... Wait, I was gonna say Venice deleted their boats, but they didn't. They just moved them out. Idiots. Dumbasses, bro. Look at how many galleys I'm building. Oh, freaking, we'll keep them anyway. Well, the Pope holds Venice for some reason, but no big deal. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. Let's go into release nations first. So there's Aquileia right there. Ferrara, we don't want to do. Mantua, they got 3 we don't want to do. Milan, we don't want to do. Oh, Modena. I forgot about Modena. That's right. So Aquileia, Modena, Padua, Parma, and Verona is 76% war score. Now, honestly, I don't think I can vassalize all of these guys. I'm just giving it a shot. I might not be able to do any of them. And then I'm going to take Ravenna and Ferrara. That's not even that much aggressive expansion. And then let's take just a couple of ducats right here. And that's our war with Venice done, ladies and gentlemen. Now, currently, They are all... Ah, wait, Verona isn't because... Yeah, they're kind of far away. Okay, shoot. If we can take 4 out of these 5 guys, I'm super satisfied with that. Let's go with... we'll go one by one in case they rival each other. Yeah. Alright, there's Parma immediately. 1 done. Let's go for Modena next. There's Modena, freaking easy, man. Look at this, 15 dev and 10 dev province for free. Verona still doesn't want to be our subject, so let's go with Padua next right here. Perfect, there's Padua. Let's go for Aquileia now. And there's Aquileia. Man, that's 26 plus 13, 39 plus 14. What's that? 63 dev. Pretty much for free, boys. You know, obviously we're going to be annexing these guys and so on, but yeah, I wonder why Verona doesn't want to. I can never get this economic base. Then again, Parma is a republic. They accept it too, so maybe an alliance and a royal marriage will change this. It does sometimes change it, you know, with the opinion and stuff like that, but I don't have Diplo ideas, so I will lose stab if I break that royal marriage. I'm gonna try, though. I'm gonna try. Oh, I just can't do it. I even got all of my guys to divert trade in case, you know, it was some Venice trade note shenanigans. But, yeah, maybe later, man. Maybe later. But with that war said and done, and with all that said and done, and these guys vassalized, I think this will be a pretty good place to call it, except there's only one more thing left to do. As you can see, ladies and gentlemen, we are very close to taking Tech 10 in every single category, way ahead of everyone else in the world. So there's Admin 10, Diplo 10, Mil 10. Obviously, first we're gonna go ahead and, you know, get better of these guys. It's also time for a third idea group right here. Now, to continue this playing tall run, it would be very nice to go for infrastructure right here. We gain state maintenance again, and global prosperity growth, construction discount, expand infrastructure discount, center of trade upgrade discount, state governing discount, fort maintenance discount, construction time, and expand admin discount, and dev discount. So this is pretty much like the discount. It should be called discount ideas. It's a no-brainer. We do this is everything related to playing tall. And I almost never pick this idea group. It's such a rare pick. So I am gonna go infrastructure ideas, and there we go, we're gonna take that. Now additionally, we've unlocked something else, and that is, ladies and gentlemen, the ability to form Tuscany, which was our specific goal, you know, for part 1 right here of this grand campaign. And there we go, country changes to Tuscany. It's only a color and map, it's only a map color and flag change, but it is something we did need to do. So, yeah, man, I think that's exactly what we're going to call it for episode 1 of this grand campaign right here. You know, we ended up number nothing on the Great Powers list because, you know, we formed a different nation, but we're pretty much number 5, right in between Castile and Poland, who are really close to us. So, look at how big we are. We don't really look that big, but we're as powerful as Poland and Castile. So, I like that quite a lot, man. And actual Poland, too, by the way. Wait, we're more powerful than this Poland who has Lithuania? That just goes to show the power of playing tall, man. But yeah, this is what all of our provinces are looking like, man. Lots of dev in all of them, making a frick ton of money. Innovative Pluto done, infrastructure about to be done, lots of subjects. We formed Tuscany, and in the next episode, we're going to continue our conquest of northern Italy. We might poke into Aragon and nab some provinces to release guys from them, and we might even poke into the Ottomans and Tunis, depending on our opportunities. But unlike the previous grand campaigns, I think this one is gonna be 3 episodes instead of 4. But yeah, as always, man, let me know in the comments below if you do want to see part 2. Leave a like if you enjoyed part 1 over here. And yeah, that's it for me for now. I'll see you next time.
The Parabellum Hegemon Grand Final is here. Who will be crowned champion? Find out live February 19th. Parabellum.gg